Namaste. Welcome and greetings. I am Magick Croix. It's gonna stop a virus. No. This
Got y'all listening now. Some witchcraft for that ass. Too late to turn away. Abracadabra and all that good shit. Yo. Hocus pocus got you focused on my rhyme. Simply easy, now I'm eating couch potatoes and my keys to go home.
Dora pause.
While rush to end it all, it feels amazing to have won. I'm not planning to ball, but why not take the chance to stunt? No, I don't need it all, can thank for thing I don't want. Do I worship the sun, or sold my soul for the tongue? Or dead since I was young, or got some voodoo done?
Peace. Peace. Namaste. Shalom. What's up? How are y'all doing? Magick Croix here. All right. So, of course, I got a story to tell. All right. All right. This story is about my experiences with my servitors. Okay. What is a servitor? Servitor is a spirit helper, like a servant. There are a couple different ways that you can make a servitor, okay? Now, this is not the same thing as an egregore, all right? An egregore requires people, more than one person, to pour their energies into creating a spirit helper. It becomes an egregore, okay? One person creating a spirit helper is a servitor. I need y'all to understand the difference between the two, because I'm sure you have seen the words egregore in the occult community and in other places on social media. All right. I like using servitors. Servitors, they're great. They're great helpers, especially if you have, like me, you have a workload and you need something done, okay? Again, there's a couple different ways to create one, all right? I'm gonna give y'all a couple different experiences that I had with my servitors. All right, so the first time I created one, you can either feed it, because you have to feed the energy. You have to feed the spirit. You can feed it with your sexual fluids, or you can send it out to feed on someone's energy. Wow, right? So that's what I did. I didn't want to keep feeding it my sexual fluids. You know what I mean? Not practical to do that all the time. Remember, when you ejaculate, you lose a little bit of your life force. Men. Okay? So I did it maybe once to feed the spirit, but then I sent it to someone. I directed it to a person to feed on, so that I could grow in power. Right? I know this is a weird story, but listen to me. Hear me out. So months later, maybe a year later, I'd forgotten about that. You know what I mean? The creation and everything. As a matter of fact, as a year had passed, I'm pretty sure I destroyed it. Okay. So I was sitting in a bar with some co-workers of mine, former co-workers. We got together, we were still cool. I had left for a bigger corporation. We were still cool. We decided to meet, have some drinks, laugh, eat, just get together. So come to find out that the person I had sent servitor on had a heart attack. Now, you know, I write every single thing down. Everything that is, you know, work related to the occult, I write it down, right? I'm like, coincidence? This man had a heart attack? When they told me when it happened, not immediately, but when we disbanded, I went home, I went through my journals. Sure enough, as around the same time that I sent my servitor on that person, they had a heart attack. Sure enough, within a couple weeks, they had a heart attack. Now you can say he could have been in poor health or whatever, but what I instructed the servitor to do, is to draw his energy and take it for its own. You know, I'm trying to make this spirit helper stronger. So, I mean, take it or leave it. You know what I mean? It happened, though. Of course, that's not what I intended. I didn't like him. He was a former kiss ass, you know, wrote me up many times. I said, you know what? Send it on him. Draw his energy. You know, take his energy from him. It is what it is. You can use the servitor to do anything. Anything. Okay? Maintaining the servitor is the hard part. Maintaining and making sure it doesn't grow a mind of its own. Okay, that can happen. That's actually happened with egregores. You know what I mean? I'll give you an example of an egregore. Okay? Just bear with me while I relate this story. Let's just take this hypothetical situation and you think what you will. What if Jesus didn't exist? The man that everybody knows as Jesus didn't exist. Think about all the millions of years and the millions of people that have poured their energy believing in this person. You see where I'm going with this? The millions of people continually feeding this energy, praying to it, you know, believing in it, thinking about it, asking it for things. If Jesus didn't exist, he now exists on the astral plane. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. That's an example of an egregore. All right, second example, servitor. I wanted to test out, like, if this servitor could put an aura of sexuality around. I know, strange story, but bear with me. Bear with me. So I created this servitor a different way. I actually created this she had her own symbol, her name, and her attributes. And I even had a house for her. Okay? I had a house for her. Again, this is a totally different way that I created this servitor. Excuse me. And then after that, pouring my energy to create this servitor, kept showing up in my dreams. Kept showing up. Like hugging me real tight. And how do I know that this servitor was what's showing up in my dreams? I gave it specific instruction. I wrote out what this servitor should look like. Voluptuous, dark-skinned, fine woman kept showing up in my dreams. You know, just loving me and adoring me. Now, when you dream, sometimes you're on the astral plane. Okay. And so real simple servitor. I just wanted to see if the method worked the same way. Having its house and everything. And I believe this method came from Damon Brand. As a matter of fact, I know it did. So this was around 2016. Okay, 2016. And it wasn't created to go get someone for me. It was created just to fill my aura with sexuality, sexual attraction, you know? And then I would test it when I would go into large areas. I would get stared at, you know what I mean? Stared at, actually got approached, you know? That was the servitor's only job. That was it. Okay? Again, this is another overlooked occult practice because they can get out of hand if you don't know how to control them. All right? But sky's the limit when you're talking about servitors. Sky's the limit. Okay? Again, like I've said in other videos, you can use different methods to attain one goal. Experiment. See how one method works. See how another method works. In my case, this book of Tarantula is how I used to create the first one. The second one I just told you about was Damon Brand, his method. You know, both ways worked. And to give you like a little breakdown on this second servitor, her name was Constatia. Constatia. It has that word in it. You got to get creative when you come to things like this. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, she had a name. She had a whole personality. She had a whole personality and physical attributes. She's a knockout. You know what I'm saying? So remember, maintain that childlike state when it comes to certain occult practices. It will do you well. You know what I mean? So that's my story. Servitors are another overlooked practice. They do work. Oh, there's one other way to create one. One other way. And that is the NAP method. Okay. The NAP method is the new avatar power. Now remember, this system of Magick uses angels, right? So there's a section in that book that's it's called a Magick mentor. That's what it's called, a Magick mentor. Now with this method, the servitor looked like I just wanted answers. When I wanted answers to something, I would go to my Magick mentor, right? This one looked like a skeleton with a hood. It was a hooded robe, and it was a skeleton. That was my servitor for that method. See what I'm saying? So there are multiple ways to get to one goal. All right. Hope you enjoyed this story. I am the one and only, you know who. I will see y'all next time. Namaste.